back to what I wish was my kitchen. Today we are at Coastal Virginia Magazine's Idea House, and here to help us top off the day with a delicious sweet treat is the editor of Coastal Virginia Magazine, Angela Blue. Angela, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I am so excited. This house is incredible.
Right?
So today we are going to make some dessert. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 2 cups of heavy cream. This is not one of the healthier desserts, but we're making small portions, so that kind of helps a little bit. I'm going to put them in a pot, and you want to bring that up to a simmer. You don't need a rolling boil, and you do need to keep an eye on it because, you know, with milk, sometimes it'll just shoot up really fast, and it's burning, and it's spilling all over the place, milk and cream. So we're going to go ahead and pour this into the pot of this beautiful stove. Oh my gosh. Okay. And we're going to turn that on. Let's see. Ooh, I got the right burner. We're going to turn that on about a medium. And it's going to take a few minutes, but again, we just want to keep our eye on that. So tell me, how long have you been the editor of the magazine?
I have been editor for 3 years. I've been with the magazine for 8 years.
What kind of things do you typically feature? This is an incredible home. Is that something that you do that a lot? Or?
This is our 3rd time working with Stephen Alexander Homes and Neighborhoods, and it's just a perfect fit for us because they build these obviously fabulous
Amazing.
Coastal homes, and our readers are Coastal Virginia, and it's just such a nice pairing.
Okay, so if you can add, so we have 4 egg yolks, and we're going to add to that a 1/4 cup of sugar, so there's not so much sugar in there. If you can just kind of dump those in there and then whisk away. I'm going to check on that cream real quick.
All right.
That's going to turn like a nice kind of bright yellow. So what have been some of the favorite stories that you've featured?
Well, in our November-December issue, that's our Giving Back issue, and I think that's a favorite among a lot of us on staff. We cover many of the nonprofits in our region, so yeah, I get to learn a lot about those.
Great job. And
It's
I love
fun.
them. The magazine is beautiful.
Thank you.
I love it. The pictures, the articles, everything is fantastic.
Thank you.
So one thing that I like about this particular recipe we're doing is we're doing it in the sous vide. And the sous vide is essentially a hot water bath. And this takes away the step of having to put it in the oven and put the water bath in the oven, and then you check it and you don't really know if it's ready. I love it because you just put these in these little tiny mason jars that we have right here, and then you pop them in there and you cut down the time, 45 minutes, and then in the fridge.
Nice.
So it's super simple. If you've got kids and you're busy, you can still, you know, kind of do this because it's real quick. And the great thing about this creme brulee is once you have the initial egg yolks, sugar, cream, you can pretty much flavor it any way you want. So today we're doing key lime creme brulee.
Ooh.
So I'm originally from Florida, so key limes have a special meaning to me.
Okay.
And the way you flavor it is super simple. We're going to take just about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more, I like it a little extra limey, of lime zest, and we're going to dump it in there. But you could use orange zest, you could use any sort of extract, coconut, peppermint, whatever you wanted to flavor it. It's so simple and it changes it so much. But today we're doing key lime zest. And if you can't find key limes, it's okay to use a regular lime.
Okay.
So only if you're really particular Floridian, then you probably would know the difference. But have you ever used one of these before?
I have not. I was checking it out earlier.
So this is called a microplane.
Okay.
And originally these were used in woodworking.
Oh.
And then at some point some chef found it and started, you know, trying it and decided it was just this fantastic zester. So what kind of flavors do you like?
I'm a big sweets person, so I won't turn down any dessert, basically.
And I also heard that you guys have a new partnership with Cox Communications.
Yes, this is our 1st year working with Cox, and we are just so excited to see what the future holds, and they've been awesome to work with so far.
So we're going to take this zest and whatever flavor that you would want to put if you didn't want to do the key lime, and we're going to go ahead and dump it into the cream because the cream has come to a simmer. And that was about a tablespoon, a little bit more, like a heaping tablespoon. I'm going to stir it in, and I'm also going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of vanilla. Pour that in there. So we're going to go ahead and give that a stir. And we have our eggs and sugar already ready, and now we're going to temper. And by that what I mean is I'm going to put a little bit of this into the eggs, a little bit at a time. Actually, that's great. If you can whisk while I pour.
Okay.
And that's the thing, you want to keep simultaneously whisking and pouring because if you just dump it all in, part of the eggs will cook. And we don't want chunks of cooked egg that would make it not delicious. So wouldn't you love to live in this house?
Absolutely.
Why is it called the Idea House?
Well, it's a great place for people to come and get ideas for what they may want to do for their own home.
I love that. Okay, so those eggs are nice and tempered, which means they're not going to kind of chunk all together. Then I'm going to, let me take that from you.
Okay.
This is a little messy. It's simple, but it's a little bit messy. I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest of them into the pot of the cream. And one more step, and this is an important step because just in case the eggs didn't kind of get mixed in all the way, or in this case, we also want to get that lime zest out, we need to go ahead and strain it.
Okay.
So even if you didn't have any sort of zest in there, you would still strain it, just in case there's some little chunks of egg, because you want that creme brulee to be nice and smooth and creamy. So while I strain this out, I want to hear all about the magazine. I understand that Coastal Virginia is the premier lifestyle magazine for the region.
Yes, and so it's about 18 years old now, and we have evolved. We used to be Hampton Roads Magazine, now we're Coastal Virginia Magazine, and we just cover all kinds of articles that celebrate life in Coastal Virginia, whether it's beautiful homes in the region, characters who make the region a little more vibrant, certainly restaurants that everyone enjoys going to that kind of make our region shine.
If you wouldn't mind opening those 4 little jars for me, and those are perfect. This is going to make about four servings, but maybe for these little jars it might make a little bit more, but I love these because they're just like a perfect size to put in a lunchbox.
They're cute, yeah.
Aren't they cute? And what a great treat if you're having a long day at work and you're like, I need a sweet sugar fix.
Yes.
So I know, maybe I can put you to work.
Okay.
You can spoon those in there and go ahead and fill them up to almost the top.
Okay.
It makes it easier if it's almost to the top to brulee the sugar.
Okay.
So after this, we're going to just put them in the sous vide 45 minutes, and then you're pretty much done. You just have to cool them down. It's not going to be 100% solidified after that. That's going to take place in the refrigerator. So you'll pull them out, let them hang out on the counter for maybe 15 or 20 minutes, because you don't want to go from super hot to super cold right away, because you can, break glass, and
Sure.
it's always a little bit safer just to let them kind of come to a little cooler temperature. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and seal these. You don't need to tighten them real tight.
Okay.
And you will find that in the hot water, the little top part's going to make that little popping sound probably at some point, and it'll seal them all the way. So then pretty much after that, it's just, you pull them out, you cool them down, and then you do the brulee, which is basically just means burnt sugar, or burnt. So I'm going to ask you to put these in. Use the tongs, because this is 190 degrees. So you would set your sous vide to 190 degrees, and then you would put these in here for 45 minutes. And you need to make sure you set a timer. You don't want to overcook them. If it goes maybe 5-10 minutes, that's okay. Well, I've got some already done. I'm going to grab them real quick, and then we'll talk about finishing them off with some sugar and some fire.
Okay.
So here they are.
Okay.
Aren't they cute?
They're adorable.
Oh my gosh. And I brought 2 spoons.
Thank you.
We can both try them, but we'd have to finish them first. And if someone wants to get your magazine, where can they find it?
Well, it's in a lot of the major grocery stores and Target, but you can also go on our website, covamag.com, and there's a subscribe tab there, but you can also see a lot of the articles that we've posted from past issues and just get a true feel of what we do.
And I understand that sometimes you guys have giveaways.
We do.
That's
exciting. Yeah, if you follow us on our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram at coastalvamag.com. We do giveaways to some of our events, and then sometimes we get tickets to other events in the area. So it's lots of fun opportunities.
Sounds great. Make sure you check it out. Well, we are going to finish these off. Now here's one that I've already finished, and you just put a little bit of sugar on the top, and then you're going to take your little blowtorch and give it a brulee, or you can stick it up under the broiler for a few seconds, but you want to make sure you keep an eye on it. So this little torch, I love these. Have you used one of these before?
I've not.
Ooh, this should be fun. So I've got some regular sugar here, and you can use regular sugar or caster sugar, which is a finer sugar. That also works, but this is just regular granulated sugar.
Okay.
And you'll just take about a teaspoon or half a teaspoon. And I usually do 2 coats with this because I like that extra crunch. But you're just going to sprinkle it right over the top. So this is my little torch, and it's got some propane or something in there. And you're going to pull this little fire. That's dangerous. I have a lot of hairspray on. This could have just been a whole different show. So you bring that down, you push the button, and then I kind of hold up my little jar and just over the top, and you'll see that sugar melting right before your eyes. And just do it a little bit, then I'll put another coat on because you like that nice kind of crunchiness.
Okay.
Well, I like the crunchiness anyways. It's the best part. And again, we're just gonna torch it up. And get that nice brown effect.
That's neat.
You hear that little bit of a sizzle? You ready to try one?
Okay.
Okay, so here's the torch. You're gonna
Alright.
put a little sugar on first.
Is that good there?
There's good insurance on this house, right?
All right.
All right.
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. So you're gonna push that down and then hold that button in. Oh. And the flame's kind of small, so just get in there, get real close. There you go. Oh. It's supposed to do that. It's okay.
All right.
Angela, thank you so much. It has been so much fun learning about your magazine and cooking with you. Do you think you'll try this one at home?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm sure your family's going to love it. And I'm sure your family will love it too. If you've missed any of this episode or any other episodes, you can catch them all on yourview.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. And remember, you don't have to be a trained cook or chef to make delicious sweet treats for your family. You just got to cook from the heart. Let's try these.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Karen. Welcome to Cooking from the Heart. What if you could design your perfect home down to the very minute detail? Blah! Last detail. Sorry.
Perfect.
You just spit food out of my mouth.
That's good.
Yeah, I probably should do that again.